Hello, hello, hello. It's Kate Bolt, independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in the UK. Ooh, I'm back for another Coffee and Cards Live. It's Tuesday. Can you believe that? How fast the week flies by. Right, let's just get set up. Okay. There we go. Here we are. So, right, just waiting down my tripod. Let's see where we're at. There we go. Very good. Okay, it's coffee and cards. Time for a bit of chat and a bit of craft and a little bit of fun. So I'm just going onto my laptop, which I've got next to me, so that I can see any comments. If anyone joins me live, I can say hello and see your comments and answer them so much more easily than if I am just looking on my phone camera. So sorry about that. I am just getting ready. So coffee and cards, guys. How long have I been doing coffee and cards? Well, a long time. I have got my coffee. So cheers to that. Excuse me drinking my coffee. It's an interesting thing because my lovely husband, who's working from home, I said, I'm just going live for coffee and cards live stream. And he said, oh, I thought that was on a Thursday. And it made me think about how many years I've been doing coffee and cards. And I know that I've been doing them live since COVID, so since 2020. And for that, I did 4 years in a coffee shop. So that's a long time. 8 years this year. But I've definitely been doing it on a Tuesday since COVID. So I don't know where he got the other day from, but you know, he's busy. So maybe he thought I do one then as well. I don't know. Anyway, enough about all of that. Welcome if you're joining me live, and welcome if you're joining me from the future. Hello to you. I hope you're well. I've got all these bits I've cut out. I won't need all of these bits, but that's some of the bits that I'm going to need today. So I thought today we would play with this lovely stamp set called Cradled in Love. It's a photopolymer stamp set and it's free with Saleabration. If you're not familiar with Saleabration, throughout January and February of this year, Stampin' Up! Have a promotion called Saleabration, where for every £45 you spend in any product you like, you can choose a freebie. And this is one of the freebies. And you can see them all online in my online shop. There's lots of different things. There's papers, there's stamps, there's all sorts. So we're going to play with this one. And this one jumped out at me when I saw it. I thought, perfect. I don't have a stamp set for a new baby card. This will be ideal. So, right, we are going to have a bit of fun. So I also pulled out, because I wanted to make it a little bit more interesting, I pulled out this gorgeous die set that is in the new mini catalogue, the January to April, I want to say. Have I got it here? Probably not. I'm not as organised as that. I think I took it. Oh, no, here it is. Here we go. I have so many. Right, okay, so I've been using this one, but this is from the Lavender Suite. I absolutely love it. I'm using the Lighter Than Air Suite for my card class this month, but for next month, I am using the gorgeous Lavender Suite, which is this perennial lavender. It's very, very beautiful. And these dies, which are called perennial postage, are part of the suite. How sweet, how sweet, how sweet a sweet. Dear. So it's fabulous. You get all these dies with it. And I'm just going to use one of the dies today, but look at all those lovely things. Happy Mother's Day. So that's next month's class. Now, when I do my classes, if you're local to me, you can come to class in person. Or if you live in the UK and you'd like the kit in the post, let me know and I will send you the class kit if you subscribe to that or buy that one. Right, I'm going to use the larger die. Look, you even get the little seal or the postage, the franc, if you know what I mean. How cool is that? And little label dies. Almost like a ticket stub, that one, isn't it? Right, okay. So I'm just going to use this big one and I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. So I'm doing a blue card. If you like traditional, you might like blue for a girl and pink, blue for a boy and pink for a girl. Does not matter at all, but I'm doing a blue one today. That's my inside. So say hello to me if you are watching. I would love to say hi back. Let me know how you're doing. So my card base is a regular, I'm all inky, a regular A4 piece of cardstock, scored in half and cut in half. So scored at 10.5 centimetres, cut in half at 14.8 centimetres. And then my layer is basic white, and that's half a centimetre smaller. As I always do, it's 10 by 14.3, my regular layers. If anybody ever wants those, I can put them on my Facebook page or somewhere like that, if anybody ever needs to know the measurements, because we trip them off the tongue. But if you're a new card maker, or you usually use inches and would like to use centimetres, it's handy to know. All right, so what I have done then is I took another piece of the balmy blue cardstock and I made it exactly the same size as the front of my card, which is 10.5 by 14.8. And I have die cut the centre. So I've got this spare bit here that I'll use for another card, or I can use it as a, you know, a whole piece or something. So I'll put that to the side. I'm not using it for this one. Okay. And then I got another piece of basic white cardstock and I have cut another one out, and I'm going to use the inside of that one and I'm going to put it in. Okay, so 2 pieces, and I'm using both the innard and the outer. So this is going to slot in here like so, and this is going to be the piece that I stamp on. Yes, and this is going to go, eventually that's going to go on there. So that's the die, and I've already cut it out. Okay, so then I got a scrap piece for my sentiment, and I forgot, but I need another piece for stamping. So let's grab another piece of basic white. Oh, I suddenly got very hot. Let me grab some. I don't want to reach across. Right, okay, so I've got a piece of card and we're going to stamp on it. So this gorgeous stamp set, I'm going to first of all stamp this cradle, bassinet, caricot, but it's basically a baby's cradle. Oh, that's the smaller die. It must have come out of the set. It's the larger one I used. Right, I've got my memento, my black memento ink pad, and I'm going to stamp this cradle. So I'm taking my ink pad to the stamp, so that, because it's a very large stamp, it's easier to see that you've covered it all. And doesn't matter where I stamp it, because I'm going to cut it out. Here we go. So I don't know what the weather's doing where you are, but it's pouring with rain here today. I went out about 8 o'clock this morning and took the dog for a walk, and it was about 4 degrees, but apparently felt like 1. Freezing. It had just stopped raining, but I have to say it was good. Once I started walking, it was a lot warmer than it was last week when we had it at -8, -9. So yeah, that's what it's doing here. It's very cloudy, very dull, very dark, very wintry, and it feels like everything's resting. I don't know if you know what I mean by that. It feels like everything's getting ready for spring. Okay, so I have got a few colours in my Stampin' blends. These are alcohol-based markers called Stampin' blends, and they're fabulous. And I've got Crumb Cake in the dark and the light. And I think I'm just going to use the light one, but I might go over in the dark one at the end. And I'm just going to colour it in. I think I'm going to sit down to do this bit, because it might take a little minute. Obviously, if you're watching me on replay, you can fast forward, so you don't have to watch all of the colouring in, but it really won't take long. So do say hello. because it feels very quiet here. I feel like Billy No Mates today. So I'm live here every single Tuesday, except for high days and holidays. So I had a break over Christmas. I was only back last week, actually. I had a little bit of a break. But yeah, if I'm away on holiday, it'll tell you on my Facebook page under the same kind of a name. But other than that, I'm here on a Tuesday, live, crafting and chatting. So I'll just do the little, don't know what you call these slats on a cot, spokes, like that. There we go. So I'm not blending, I'm just colouring all one colour. I might come in with the dark one later. I'm not too worried. Do you know what? It's really handy to have a couple of new baby cards in your stash, because babies come when they want, don't they? And then you don't want to have to run and make a card because the expected baby's a bit early or a bit late, or you've not had time. I don't know about you, if you've had children. My first two were both late. I don't know if there's a term, is late is a thing, because scans are only as accurate as, you know, we like to think they are, really. You know, babies can come at any time they like. So they were late by a couple of weeks, both of those. And then my last, he was born on his due date. But you never know. So it's really nice to have a little stash, one for a girl, one for a boy, or a neutral baby card. Handy, isn't it? Right, so I'm going to go around the edge. Very simple colouring. Anyone can do that. Don't need to be expert. Lots of people have so much fun with colouring, and they get the whole range of markers and they do these amazing, fantastic projects. And I'm just in awe of people like that. But you don't actually have to be an expert colour inner, especially to use these pens, because they're so good. Okay, so I've done that bit. And I'm going to use balmy blue. I've got a balmy blue one here. I don't know whether to use the light colour or the dark. I think I'll go dark just to give it a bit more colour. And I am going to colour in the stripes on this blanket. I'm hoping you can see this well enough. Stand up and see. Oh, I can't see on there because my tripod bit is in the way. Try to make it as large as I can so you can see the outline and what I'm doing. Okay, hopefully you can see what I'm up to. Let me know how that is, if it looks okay. So, trying to see where the fold of this blanket is. Like that. Okay, I think I've done that. Nice, but I think I'm also going to go in, that's the darker one, isn't it? I'm going to go in with the lighter one and colour that little mattress in as well. Give it a little bit of a pop. Right, there we go. All the little empty spaces where you could see through the slats. I think we're done. There we go. That's that one. Okay. Lovely. I'm missing some of my regulars who always chat to me today. Right, I'm just going to have my coffee. Never mind. Let's have a look. Okay, so I'm going to cut this out. First of all, I'm going to take my snips to it, my scissors. These scissors are amazing. They're just basic scissors from Stampin' Up. They're amazing. They're so good and so sharp. And they're really good for cutting out. Now, we don't have dies for this lovely free stamp set, but it is really the simplest of shapes to cut out. If you didn't want to, you could just stamp it straight onto the front of your card. That would be fine. I'm just going to add a little bit of interest by doing this. Somebody is outside the front of my window here, and I can hear them with a, I don't know, it says like an electric saw. So my craft room is on the front of the house, and then it goes out onto the street in front, so there's some other houses nearby, and I think somebody's working out the front of one of the houses. It's very faint, but I can hear it. So I like to leave a tiny little gap around the image rather than cutting straight into the edge of the stamped image, because I find it's a lot neater that way. It's less uneven, I think is the thing. Trick is to let the scissors do the work, and this, don't move your scissors, just move the image, move the piece of card, and then your scissors will just do the work. Yes, there we go. So that is done. There's our cot. So pretty. Now I do have my Wink of Stella handy. This is clear Wink of Stella, and I love this stuff. It just leaves, it's like a little water painter. I don't know if you can see that, but it just leaves like the faintest bit of glimmer. It's not glitter, but it leaves the faintest bit of sparkle on your project. So I'm going to go over the slats of the cot, and just in the light, you probably won't pick it up with a camera, but in the light you can definitely see that, and it just gives it a little bit of extra shimmeriness, which is really nice. It just flows. So that might be just a little added extra onto there. Now I can't see. No, you can't really see that at all, but I can definitely see that in real life. So I won't want to miss any bits out on the wicker work. Just do the legs. That's really pretty. Right, okay. So that's that bit. Let's put my Wink of Stella away and grab my piece of card that I'm going to use to create with. Right, so this is going to go on here. This is my cot. Okay, now the fun bit is we have more stamps in this set. So we have got the rug here. Sorry about my arm. We've got the rug. I'm going to put the sentiment at the bottom. Just make sure you can see what I'm doing. But I've also got this one. This one is the arm of the mobile, the cot mobile. So I need to make sure I've got enough room for my rug and my cot mobile. So if I pop this on here, I can see where I'm going. So yeah, I think I'm going to put this on first. And I stamped it in black. And I've moved my ink pad somewhere. Oh, with the stamp. Time to stand up again. Do you stand up and craft or do you sit down? I'd like to know. Are you team standing up or team sitting down? Okay, so I'm going to work out exactly where it's going to go. It's going to go here and it's going to come off the top of the cot there. There we go. I think I've got a bit much ink on it. I think my ink pad needs to be refilled in some areas. It's getting a bit blotchy. It's a very, very, very old one though. I'm going to let that dry a moment. But in the meantime, before I colour it in, I'm going to bring in the mobile. Ooh. Back in with the black ink. I'm just going to, oh goodness, I'm making a big mess today. I'm just going to stamp that there, like so. Good. And then, now I know where this is going to go. So this is going to go here. So I'm going to do my rug here for my cot to stand on. So let's grab in the Balmy Blue ink pad, which matches the card and it matches the pen we used. I'm going to ink it up well. Stamp that on there. Hopefully I've got enough room for my sentiment. I think so. Good ideas for this stamp set. I think this is going to be a really popular one. Okay, so I can pop that on there as up or as down as I want. So I'll probably pop it about there. And there's like little gaps in the stamp so you can know where to put your legs and the top. I already put that in the right spot. So that's going to go on there. But before I stick it down, I am going to... Ooh, something's going on. I am going to colour in the arm of the mobile. Oh, that's dark. I used light crumb cake for the other one. That's all right. So that will go over there. And I'll use the light one. Go around the mobile. Make sure you can see what's going on. And we want the little whale. Assuming he's a whale. He looks like a whale on that mobile. Little blue whale. He might be a dolphin. I'll have a star. I've got the Daffodil Delight one for the star. And the moon. I think I'll have a blue moon. There we go. So if you use this stamp set and you want to colour in, the markers I'm using are fantastic for that. You could use watercolour pencils. We've got a lovely range of those. We could use the Stampin' Right markers. They're regular kinds of pens. They're kind of normal water-based felt tip pens with a thick and a thin end. There's loads of different choices of colouring mediums for it. Okay, so I think I'm going to pop on my cot. So I just need a couple of sticky foam pads and I'm going to pop it up in the air. So some dimensionals. Lovely. Let's take the backs off those. Oh, hi Shaz. Thank you for joining me, my lovely. I don't feel quite so lonely now. I know I've got a few people watching, but nobody's chatting with me today. Ah, thank you for being about and chatting with me. But I love everybody, whether or not you watch me now, later, whether you chat or you just lurk or whatever. You're all welcome. Okay, but it's nice to see you, Shaz. How are you feeling? So you might be able to see that wing of Stella, but I don't have any light on it, so maybe not. Anyway, so there's our, let's just come out a little bit. There's our cot, done like that. Now, the other thing is there is a beautiful, cute little elephant in this stamp set, a little toy elephant. So I have actually stamped him out and I coloured him in and just cut around him. How cute is he? So I'm going to stick him on as well with a sticky foam pad. I think I'm going to pop him on the rug. Someone's been either dropped him over the side of the cot or been playing with him. He can sit there in the middle quite happily. And then I'm going to put welcome little one on a scrap of this white. Okay, so there's great stamps in here. We've got bundle of joy. We've got sweet baby girl, sweet baby boy, sweet baby. We've got welcome little one. We've got all the ones we've used plus a little bottle. It's really good. So I have picked out sweet little one. No, welcome baby. Oh, sweet little one would work, wouldn't it? You could just take the welcome out and put the sweet in. But I'm going to use welcome little one. It's a welcome baby card for a cute baby boy. Right. Okay, so welcome little one. I just stuck my thumb in the ink. When do I not? That's more the question. There we go. Let's put the lid on. I am so inky. Yes, you do. Shaz says she's still waiting to be fully recovered because she wants to come to a Stampin' Up event that's being held in March. Fingers crossed, Shaz. I hope you will be all mended soon. It's important. Right, I'm going to take my snips. And just go around. Just go around the general shape of the ascenders and the descenders of these. You could stamp this directly onto your card. There's no reason why not. But I don't know. For some reason I wanted to cut it out. Right. And that'll be it for cutting out today, in case you're a bit fed up of all of the cutting out. I did try and heat emboss it. I just didn't like it as well as stamping it in black. But you could definitely do that. Right. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I think, is pop this on here. Welcome little one. Is there something I'm forgetting? I don't think so. I'm going to glue it down flat. So it would have been just as well to stamp it on there. I don't know. I think it just gives it a little something. You could put some sticky foam strip behind it and have it raised. I'm not sure. Let me just see if it's skinny enough. So the foam adhesive strips that Stampin' Up! Sell are so super useful. I love them for shaker cards. I love them for all sorts of things. Just want to see how thick it is. It might be too fat for the sentiment that I've cut. So let's have a look. Wow, I think that's going to be okay. And, well, bonus, I seem to have accidentally cut it exactly the right length. That's luck. Oh, wow. So, yeah, that's nice. That gives it a little bit more something, popping it up like that. So what I'm going to do now is pop this in the frame that I cut out using the postage frames. And I'm actually going to stick it together on the back with a bit of washi tape. I didn't do this for my sample. I'll show you the sample one I made in just a minute. I made it slightly differently. So I'm just making one card today. I've already made another one of these. Right, I'm going to use a bit of my washi, any old washi tape you use. Pop it, and you can keep this together as one piece then a little bit before you glue it down. There we go. So this now looks like it's one piece and it's easier to handle. It's not flapping about all over the place. So when I glue it down onto the front of my card, it's so much easier to work with. And I'm just going to glue it down using Tombow. So, oh, but before I glue it down, I mustn't forget the reason I've got this nice gap at the bottom is for two reasons. One, the shape of the die on our UK metric kind of card size. It isn't the whole card, but I really like that gap because it means I can put some ribbon in it. Now I've got some lengths of the beautiful balmy blue variegated ribbon left over, and I'm going to use some of this today because it matches my cardstock and it's really pretty. Look how the shade goes through it. So I'm going to, now I'm not one for bows, so I may or may not manage a bow, but I'm going to try this. It's going to go around. I'm going to get more washi tape. That's all I seem to use it for. Die cutting and decorating envelopes and sticking things together that doesn't show. How have you been with the storms? Shaz says, Jocelyn is just hitting you, lashings of rain all night and all morning, now high winds. So interesting, Shaz, because we did have a lot of wind, but I was away. I was away when we had Storm Isha on Sunday. Saturday, Sunday? No, I lie. We were home. We were home. We'd got home. We'd been to Cardiff and we got home, and then the storm hit, and I think we had sort of 60-mile-an-hour winds, and yeah, everything was bending backwards and there was a lot going on. But we didn't get any damage, thank goodness, where we are. We're very lucky. We did get a power cut, which I haven't had for many a year. But we're luckily enough, it went out, came back on, went out, came back on, went out and came back on, and then we were good. Other people in our area were not so lucky. So that was Storm Aisha on Sunday. And then today, it's just been lashing it down with rain. And the wind is not come up yet this way. So I'm sure we'll have that later. But it sounds like it's hit you, that wind, already. Hello, Brenton. Hello, thank you for joining us again. That's really lovely. I'll have to find out when you're live and see if I can watch you, Brenton. Right. Okay. So, yeah, I'm not sure about the high winds. Just cut that bit off. I got a bit mad with all the washi tape. But that's on there now. Oh, thank you for giving me a thumbs up. And for the reminder, I always forget to ask for a like. So if you are enjoying the video, please give me a like. Give the video a thumbs up. It really, really helps my channel. So if you weren't aware, YouTube shows people videos that they might be interested in if the videos have got interests, which is comments, likes, shares, anything like that. So if anybody likes or comments on my video, it kind of tells YouTube that someone's interested in it, and therefore it will more likely suggest it to other people to watch. But if you have a video that gets no likes or shares, then it's unlikely to be pushed to anybody. So it's really, really useful. I think a like is wonderful, a comment is fantastic, and a share is just amazing. It's all great, and I'm really grateful though. So here we go. I've got to have my ribbon straight, and I'm going to take another piece. Oh no, this is the shorter bit I've got left. See, I've kind of taped it on the back, so I've got it loose here, and it means that I can tie a bow underneath it. Brenton says he hasn't plucked up the courage to do YouTube lives yet. Brenton, you must. You'd be amazing. I would definitely watch you. We'd all watch you. Oh, thank you for the thumbs up, Shaz. Oh, what time is it with you? Down under. We would watch you. You'd be great. Go for it. Try it out. It's fun. Get to have a little chat with your crafty friends. Anybody. Right, I'm going to try a bow. I am so bad at bows. I'll probably end up taking it straight off. So don't worry. But we'll have a go. Oh, actually, it's probably better if I do it upside down. I don't know about you, but I find that my bows always come out upside down. So if I tie them upside down, they come out the right way up. Does that make sense? It's Wednesday for you now. It's 1:45 Wednesday morning. You are definitely a night owl. Thank you for joining us. You must be tired. Yeah, definitely think about doing live. You'd be brilliant. Right, if I can get the bow to work, we'll be happy. Right, let's see. I do like this ribbon in a bow, though. I was fully prepared to hate it. But it is a bit fiddly, though, because when you're on camera, everything feels harder. See, it's still upside down-ish. But I think we're good. I'm going to cut that end off. And the good thing about tying a bow onto a piece of ribbon is that you can move it up and down if you want to, because it will slide. Well, there we go. I think that is my bow done. So I've got some of the pastel iridescent sequins, which are handily in very useful colours. Now, I can't remember what the colours are. I've just got a section. They come in lots of colours, but I think this is the Bubble Bath. And this is either Balmy Blue or the Tahitian Tide. But either way, it works really well. So we're going with it. Welcome, little one. And we're going to put a couple of those on. Just to give it a little bit of sparkle. I really like this stamp set. I think this is a keeper. So there we are. Now I just got to do the middle. Did I use my middle? Oh no, I thought I'd use my middle for cutting out then. Which would not be that unusual. That's about me. So I think we'll go with, I've got some of the stamps on the edge here. Sweet. baby boy inside. So ink. Sweet. Yeah, I didn't have a baby stamp set, so very happy with this one. But we got some amazing things in Saleabration this time. Tell me what your favourite Saleabration item is, because we got some nice things. Right, I need to go into the stamp set and grab the boy stamp. Boy. Have I got any cards here? I made a card for a blog hop. No, an Instagram hop on the weekend using the softly stippled papers that are free with Saleabration. And I'm not sure if I can lay my hands on it right this minute, but if I can, I'll show it you. The papers are gorgeous. We'll put the bottle there. Right. With that blue pen, balmy blue, we will just do the casing of the bottle like that. Okay, so I'm going to glue that one in. Little bit of Tombow there. There we go, sweet baby boy. I mean, you could put more blue in there if you wanted. But that's super cute, isn't it? I love this stamp set. It's so nice. So I need to clean these ones that are on the edge. This is a brilliant one, I think. So let's bring it out a little bit. Ooh, sorry, I don't make you feel sick. There's today's card for Coffee and Cards using the Cradled in Love free Saleabration stamp set from Stampin' Up. I made a pink version before I came live, and I did it slightly differently in as much as, oh, Shaz likes the Jungle Pals stamps and dies. Oh, and you like the watermelon stamp set. Do you know what? That has passed me by a little bit. I think we should have a look. Oh, thank you, Brendan. That's very, Brenton, that's very kind of you. So the pink one, the very first one, I made a little bit differently. I've used Bubble Bath, which is this pink colour. And I did my card base in balmy blue, and I did exactly the same with the die cuts like this, but I popped the white panel up on some sticky foam pads to raise it up a little bit, which is kind of nice because you can see the blue behind it. But I wanted to see what it would look like flat, in, you know, flush to the frame. So that's why I did the blue one like that. But I think I like them both as much as each other, to be fair. Yeah. So now I have one pink one and one blue one. And yeah, the matching ribbons. And I did it. Oh, look, put a little elephant in that one. So I think I need a little elephant in that one too. That would give it a bit more colour, wouldn't it? But there we go. That's those ones. Now, let me see if I can find that card I made. I'm not sure if it's about. I might have put it away. I'm quite good at tidying up things away. Oh no, here it is. These are the shaker cards I made for Coffee and Cards using the hot air balloon the other day. Or was it? No, that was my Fun Friday video last week. Fun Friday, I think I did. I did a Fun Friday. That's one I did for a team Zoom with my team. A very simple, easy sketch card using the lighter than air papers. And this is the one that I made for the Instagram hop that I was talking about, using the softly stippled papers. The easiest card in the world. Look, I haven't even given an inside. That's rude, isn't it? It's got a rude inside. It's naked. That's what I'm going to do before I leave my desk. Put the inside in this card, because there is nothing worse than grabbing a card to send to someone and it's only half made. Anyway, so I used the softly stippled papers, and all I did was offset these two. They're both exactly the same. So this layer and this layer, I just offset them. And all I did was, with this paper, it's white, but I got my blending brush and a little bit of Calypso coral ink, and I blended it onto the piece of paper, and I die cut a circle with a stitch die. This is from the Softly Said stamp set. I absolutely love this one. Let me grab it. It's great. It looks like watercolor writing. Look at that. And they're nice and big. Thinking of you. Thank you. Just because you are loved. Celebrate. Great. That's a new one. I love that. It's in the online exclusive, I think. But yeah, it's available in my online shop. It's called Softly Said. And so I made this card using that, but using the free Saleabration papers called Softly Stippled. Yeah, so I better put the inside in that one. So there we go. That's today's copy and cards. Oh, thank you, Brenton and Shaz. Thank you so much. You like the colour combination? Yeah, well, I took it from the papers. If you're ever unsure about a colour combo, just look in the Designer Series paper pack and get some inspiration from there, because these papers definitely have Calypso Coral on the back. So I thought, well, that'll work. So I went with it. Cheating, but not. So thank you so much. I will be back on Friday with a video for you, a fun Friday video. I look forward to seeing you then. Thanks for joining me live. Thank you if you're joining me from the future. Do say hello from Tomorrowland. Let me know how you are. And tell me what you think of this lovely Cradled in Love free stamp set. Tell me if you like it. I'd love to know. Thank you both. Go to bed, Brenton. And thanks so much. And I will see you next time. Take care now. Have a great week. Bye-bye.